Hey there, Paul. I'm going to talk about IBB since I'm talking shit about Hillary on the Twitter. So I got to back it up. I'll give you some thoughts on biotech from charting perspective. That's all I know. I don't know any. I don't know stories. I don't know the inside scoop. So anyway, let's do this. I wish for biotech we had those guys, those Boston guys I sent that video out, that were fishing and were yelling at that whale, that baby whale. They could do biotech. Jay, we are seeing some shit we never seen before, bro. Oh my God. Those guys are my heroes. But yeah, we're seeing some shit you never seen before. So let's talk about that. I'm Paul. Did I say that? I'm a trader. Trading's hard. Don't take it lightly. Alright, monthly. Interesting, right? This thing went nuts. Parabolic. From 2011, from 100 to 400. The old four-bagger. Kind of a three-push pattern. One there and 12, 13. Another big one into 14. And this last one, 14 into 15, was the monster push. And you can see that's where all the big volume started coming in. But this stock, or this index, I would argue, is very much in a lot of trouble. So I'd like to talk about how to take advantage of that rather than just bullshit about it. And so let's do that. You know, just because it's dead and just because this thing is fucked doesn't mean I'm going to short it tomorrow. These things take time. So here, monthly. Lots to go down. We're not even to the 50 monthly average, but let's see, the first test would be 302.68. That's the 20 period monthly. But obviously you're also going to have a magnet there of 300. I picked this 276.41. I think that's where we're going, is the next stop. It's below this crazy ass August monthly bar with a low of 284. So I could see us going there for a target. And also, you know, targets are often buy points or sell points, vice versa. Go to the weekly. Here you have, this thing's just horrendous. Horrendous. Look at this. 50-week, big, ugly, fat candle with volume. Right here. Into, and I'll talk about this. It's oversold. We're into the weekly Bollinger here on today's close, which it's way oversold in my opinion. And again, that doesn't mean you run out and buy it. So I sound like a fucking analyst. You should either, you can kind of buy it or you can kind of sell it. Well, no, I'll be more specific in a second. But yeah, these are my Bollingers on all time frames are 2.5 standard deviations. That's a Chartseer thing I adopted from him. And oh, by the way, speaking of Chartseer, well, let me talk about the Bollingers. He does 2.5 standard deviations instead of 2. It just gives you more extreme measures. So you know if price is on any time frame, whether it's 5 minute, 60 minute, daily. When price is punching into these things at 2.5 standard deviations, it's probably pretty overbought or sold. So that's kind of the story here on the weekly, is this 50-week break. You can see back here in April 14 it held the 50. Again in October 14 it held. Not here. So big trouble. I don't think it takes a genius chart man, chart woman, to figure out that this thing is fucked. But the question is, how do we deal with that? So let's go to the daily chart and get more specific. Here you have this 333.66, and this is the right here. This is the close, the April 30 close, right? It's the low close in this consolidation. So I'm calling it support. We've just completely violated it, in addition of just completely violating the 200-day moving average. But again, here we are in piercing this outer Bollinger, oversold. 321.12 real quick, which we definitely responded to today. Go to my Schwab account. This is a Keith Kern thing, these volume profile bars. He's a big user of these things. But right here, the top of this volume node back here in early 15, late 2014 congestion. Sure enough, the top is 321.12, and that's where we bounced today. The bottom of this node I would consider kind of the next area of support, 310.14, and I will be very interested in buying this there if it gets there on my terms. So that's the volume profile story. So that's what I marked that on my TC2000. Right there we bounced, and then I marked the 310.14, which is the bottom of that volume node, which I am very interested in buying. Everything's shit. Otherwise, relative to the S&P, it's relative weakness. So lower low today. RSI, daily RSI, it says 42 on this TC2000, but I use FinViz. Let's look on here. 36.56, so we're getting oversold. My sense is it needs to get oversold a little more before we get a good buy opportunity. And MACD on the bottom crossing down into the negative area today. Bad. Ideally, trading-wise, most importantly, ideally, we get a gap up tomorrow into this 333.66 area, retest. Ultimately, I want to take, look to short that area and take about 3 points of risk for a retest down to 321. Side note here, just because I want to short, this just goes with anything, support, resistance, just because I want to short an area or buy an area, doesn't mean you do it. It's like if there's 4 biotech mergers tomorrow and the thing gaps up to 340, I have no interest. I mean, plan's over, I'm wrong, something else happened. This is just, if price action continues as it does, this is a very nice short in this 330, 333 area, 3 points of risk down to here. That may happen. That's probably, I think that's a likely scenario. As far as how you do it, I have a couple of ways. I'm looking at the, right here, I'm looking at the 325 puts at the monthly, October monthlies. They closed at 11.21. I think it'd be interesting buying these at $5. So, up here by 3:30, they could be at $5. And if you can't do options, remember with these big dollar stocks, it's okay to do 10 shares. I mean, shit, if you do 10 shares at 3:30 and cover at 3:20, it's $100. So, that's probably what I'll use here. I mean, you buy one option, it's $500. I'm not going to do that. So I'll probably, buy, I don't know, whatever my size is. It ain't 1,000 shares, I'll tell you that much. And on the buy side, if we get a gap down, I don't think we will. You got to look to buy it. Again, not right away. 310 ideally. But I could see kind of a scum. Here, let's look at the 30-minute chart. Sorry, I'm moving over here on the right side. Could see like early scum of 320, a break below 319, 318. Then I want to look for something. I want to look for some type of reversal pattern on the 30-minute or on shorter time frames here, 15 and 5. So that would offer for me a buy. There's anything can happen. Maybe it just goes sideways here from 326 all day, and then it's Friday afternoon, and people say, "Fuck this! I'm not owning biotech over the weekend," and you can short it at 326, 3-point stop, and the thing craters into the close. That could happen too. We're watching. As an example of how I use levels, Facebook today. I talked to Mr. Taylor on Twitter, on the Twitter. Where is he? He's at trading_analyst. Taylor, smart man. So, like with Facebook today, I had some levels in mind. I'm not going to bore you. But I waited, I wanted to buy the thing, but I'm not going to buy. The thing opened above the 50 and darted below the, you can see on the 30-minute over here, early. I'm not going to buy that blindly. I needed something. So over here, I went to the 15-minute, and we got that impulse off, 92.50 for reasons I'm not going to get into. I just bought the flag. Sold way too early, but I made money. I bought a break of this bar right here, the 2 o'clock bar, high of 93.39. Tried to buy 93.40, slippage, got 93.42, sold up at before 94, embarrassingly. But I made money. That's all that matters. So, don't be a hero. That is it. So again, review, IBB. It's a long video for one thing. Here, on the daily, levels, relevant levels, 333.66. That's an old, back to spring level. 321.12 and 310.14 are a big old volume node. So this thing can get caught up in between here, and you want to look for a reversal down here. If you're shorting this thing down here, you ain't doing it with my money. All right. Hope that helps. And it's nice to do this video. I'm not selling anything, by the way. I don't sell things. I just have a mouth. Oh, that's the other thing with Chartsier. I put out a lot of nonsense on Twitter, but if you go to Chartsier's website, he does a really good post. He's chartsier.com, and he does this on how he uses TweetDeck. So if you don't want, right here, see that? Tweaking TweetDeck, two-tap technician. So if you don't want to hear all this nonsense I spew, you can filter by photo, and I'll just make sure the photos are of charts and not of like naked ladies or something. All right. Good luck, everyone. Tough market. Try to hang in there and don't be too hard on yourself. See ya.